Welcome back to the Birdies and Bourbon show. Hope everybody's doing great. Dan, guess who's heading to Greensboro? And he's not showing up for a minor league baseball either. He's showing up to play golf. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I was looking at the field and I was saying to myself, well, if he wins or comes in like T2 last week at the PGA, with all that trash talking he was doing, he wouldn't have to go to Greensboro. But do you even think he knows where Greensboro is?
No, but maybe he asked Claude. It's like, Claude, are you busy? And Claude's like, yes, I'm ironing your shirts, Brooksy. I'm ironing your shirts. I'm busy. So we're going to get into our DraftKings picks tonight. Thank you to Fantasy National for allowing us to access your information. Hey, check out Fantasy National for all your PGA Tour DraftKings picks.
Absolutely. So you and I went to this tournament last year, and we had a good time. It was hot. It was really hot there last year. This year, I don't think it's quite going to be as bad. We got a lot of kind of like thunderstorms and cloud cover or whatnot, so it's not going to be that bad. It's definitely going to be a lot warmer than TPC Harding Park. But
I'm able to change my lineup because I didn't even consider that. I was just coming off the meltdown that Kepka had on Sunday, and I'm like going, well, shit, there's no way I'm picking that dude because I'm avoiding Balionis. You think I guess he turned in a scorecard because he has an official score on deck there, and he's probably thinking, well, if I could just place in like the top anything this week, maybe I make the playoffs. But wouldn't that be interesting if he doesn't? Can't wait to dig into that one. Let's see. So we're going to be at Greensboro at the Wyndham Championship. Dan, by the way, has Chez called you?
Chez is not called yet. Chez is not called. No.
He's making it to the tournament.
Maybe you should write him on the Twitter and see if he'll arrange, maybe get some dinner or something.
I guess. I mean, we'll have to eat in, and I don't know. We probably won't be able to get inside the bubble, but But what we do need to remember is to write him a couple weeks early. That way we can quarantine and then catch up.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
All right, so we're heading to Greensboro, the Wyndham Championship. This is the last event for the FedEx Cup's playoffs. So if Brooksy doesn't win this one, he ain't riding it home, huh? We won't see him again until season.
I wouldn't say that. Well, I mean, I don't know.
We'll see him at the U.S. Open because he gets a check in for that one. So.
Yeah, but I think he can still play next week at Boston. I think he has enough points to do that.
Okay.
But the question is, does he have enough to get to the next one, right? So the reason they're playing these is to get enough points to be able to, because the field keeps getting cut down every week, right, for the playoffs, and you got to have so many points. So he's trying to get more points before the whole thing starts. So yeah, it's definitely tougher if you're not in like that top 30 to be able to get to Eastlake.
So before you tell everybody that you put him into your lineup, how much trash talking do you think he's doing this week? Or you think we're going to hear, you think mum's the word?
Well, I was checking the PGA Tour Media Center for the event, and they have interviews lined up for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll read you some names here. So JT Poston is on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, you got Pat Reed, Webb Simpson, Brent Schnedeker, HV3, Davis Love III, and then Paul Casey. Is anybody missing from this list?
Well, I didn't hear Kepka.
Exactly. So obviously, I'm sure they reached out. He's in a featured pairing.
Yeah, Kepka, Spieth, and Rose.
Yeah. So.
Hold on. Kepka, Spieth, and Rose. Guess what may not come out of that pairing?
A couple of them. I think Rose might be the only one that makes it. We saw Spieth there last. We met Spieth there last year as well.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I mean he's played there before, so yeah. I mean it's not like last week. It's not going to be as hard as last week. This is going to be, you'll get into the course now, but it's not that hard
No,
of a
but
course.
I actually wanted to put, I don't want to get too, but yeah, Spieth was, I mean, I was like, as I was looking at the button, I'm like, do I click here? Do I click there? Do I click here? Do I click there? I couldn't click there just because, but I really wanted my heart in it, but my finger wasn't.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you did click there before Wednesday of last week, it wouldn't let you unclick on Saturday. I tried.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, I understand that. All right, let's jump into this thing, man. So we're at the Wyndham Championship. We're at Sedgefield Country Club in Greensboro, North Carolina. It's playing at just over 7,100 yards. It's 71.27. I'll spit it out shortly. It is a par 70. We got Bermuda greens and a Donald Ross design, which is going to get into part of my picks. Mm-hmm. So if you want to look at similar courses and how you're picking, and thanks to Fantasy National, look at the Hilton Head at RBC at Hilton Head, and it's a very similar Donald Ross design, Bermuda greens, par 70. I mean, that's kind of the way this thing is going to go, right? I mean, it's kind of straightforward, straight at you. You don't have to kill the ball. Decent shots. Again, our boy Ches, man, I mean, he typically plays pretty well there because you don't have to really kill yourself. The rough's not anything like they saw last week at Harding Park. The greens are going to be extremely fast, but it's, hit some greens and you'll be fine. You want to go through the former winners?
Yeah, let's go. You had JT Poston last year, 2019, Snedeker in 2018 and 2007. So he really likes this course. Say Woo Kim.
Say Woo
Kim. Davis Love III. Well, he's won this thing in 2015, 2006, and 1992. Patrick Reed was his first win in 2013. Webb Simpson 2011. Then Ryan Moore 2009. So yeah, Hendricks. Then you got. No, I'm not gonna get to that yet. But so Stenson and Poston share the 72-hole record.
Well, you don't want to get into Carl Pedersen yet?
Carl Pedersen 2008. Yeah, I think it's going to be very, very impactful to my lineup this year.
He's playing. He's in the lineup. As a past champion. I was a little surprised. I mean, it sets up well for Snedeker. Siwoo Kim, I'll get into him in a minute. Pat Reed, it's hard, and it's hard to believe that he's only been on tour since 2013. It seems like he's been out there forever, man, like a journeyman.
He's young, man. He's still pretty young. So yeah.
Let's see. So what's going to be hot here? So it's going to be strokes gained on approach and putting. That's what's going to get the trophy for you this week. So I think as I recall, partly foggy from the few days that we spent there. The course wasn't foggy. I could have been, but it was. But it was great, man. I mean, it's everything seems to be kind of wide open. They could get hit with some thunderstorms, kind of late afternoons. But generally speaking, I mean, I think this thing is going to be pretty dry and running pretty hot. So it doesn't favor the long players. Or I don't think the long players are going to be able to really, make hay here. I mean, I think it's on an equal playing ground. I mean, kind of however you go. I think who's really going to win is approach shots. And if you miss the approach, I think it's going to be, proximity to the hole. And that's. And I went totally for that, and I think the biggest one you can anchor on is Webb Simpson, and like players, right? I mean, you've still got Poston, you got Snedeker, you got Siwoo Kim.
Yeah, so weather this week, not your typical weather for this area this time of year. So we were there last year. It's like mid-90s every day last year, and this week you're looking at Thursday. This is Raleigh weather, which is an hour and a half away. It's 85 is the high for Thursday, 82 on Friday. I mean, that's kind of you can know there's going to be clouds and thunderstorms coming in that day. 84 Saturday, 85 on Sunday. So not even hitting 90 the entire week, which is just like unheard of.
Yeah, a lot of tropical storms, and I don't know if it ever got to hurricane consistency, but definitely close on the East Coast, which is not that far. You get a lot of bleed in from from the coast, from the East Coast. Yeah. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be favorable for for the shot makers, placement hitters, and putters.
One of the reasons we're having internet problems today with a little bit of spottiness is because we had a big storm last night, and I woke up with no power here in Raleigh this morning. So there you go. But yeah, so let's go over some of these featured groups, man.
Hold on, let me run through this real quick before we get into those, just to give people something to chew on. So there's 8 par 4s. All 8 are under 450 yards. It's between 4 and 450. You got two par 5s on the course. They're both reachable by everybody that's playing. So there's nothing that's like, it's a bomber's course where you can actually get there. So who's leading the field this week coming into this tournament for par 4s? You got Abe Ancer, Tom Lewis, Kyle Stanley, Brooks Kepka, and Corey Connors. So those are the leaders coming into par 4 scoring. And again, I think this is what's going to wind up in a position where this is going to be a scoring course. So we're not going to see 13 under win this week. I think this could be the highest score that we've seen since the comeback. It wouldn't surprise me if we wind up at like 23, 24. I think the highest we've had so far is 21. It could be 22, but I think this could be the highest week we have yet.
Yeah, the field's not that strong though.
Well, hold on. Did you not hear me just say Brooks Kepka?
Oh, he's playing.
Oh, he has. Well, he has to. So now we've got. So that's the par 4s, and then again you got 2 reachable par 5s. So the more challenging piece of this, I think, are going to be the putts. It's on Bermuda. They should be fast, depending on the rain. But I mean, they can dry them out. I mean, it'll be fine. They'll just cut them closer. And who's got most strokes gained putting? So Greg Chalmers, Wyndham Clark, Harris English, Billy Horschel, Denny McCarthy. I think that's the most since the restart. That's what I'm looking at here on my scorecard. It could be a little off, but again, those are the fast Bermuda guys that are owning it on from Fantasy National. I don't know. Yeah, get into the leaderboard or get into the pairings.
So we got a couple featured pairings here. Kepka, Spieth, and Rose is the first featured pairing. So that ought to be pretty interesting. Spieth did not have a great week. He played pretty good on Sunday, but not a good tournament last week in the PGA tournament. Rose had a good week, so he'll obviously be the guy that's pulling those guys up. And then Kepka had a meltdown with a 74 on Sunday. That'll be interesting. Glad to see that. Then you got Simpson, and Todd. So you got 2 local guys. You got Webb Simpson and Brendon Todd are both from the Raleigh area. And then you got Sanjay in there with those guys. I wish they would have put HV3 with those 2 guys. That would have been kind of fun.
That would have been fun. It's kind of questionable as you would put. So Sanjay is, I guess he's still ranked high. Yeah. So is that why you put him? But why wouldn't you put the local guy? I mean, maybe because there's no fans, you don't put the local guy with him. I don't know. I think that's a little bit of I think that once again miss.
Yeah,
on the pairings.
I think it's a miss too. And you got Poston, Snedeker, and Garcia. So the Snedeker is just he's a multi-time winner here, and then Poston won last year, and then Sergio. So
Garcia won here, yeah. So did he? I think he's a winner.
I think he is.
He's at least a runner-up for sure.
Yeah.
We don't have him posted as a winner, but he's definitely a runner-up. And then Reed, go ahead on Pat. Reed, Paul, and
Lowry. Yeah, Reed, Paul, and Lowry. Yeah. So.
Lowry. It's like I get because he's the Open winner, and I get why you put him there. I would put Reed in a feature pairing every time just because.
Oh, you cannot not
Patrick Reed.
You can't.
It's Patrick Reed.
Yeah. You see Lowry break a club over his knee on Friday?
Oh, did I? I was waiting to see like pants split and blood, and then the COVID police run out and they're like, "Wait, you can't do that. That club is no longer allowed. You're disqualified."
So are the two clubs that go
dangerous.
broke last week? Shane Lowry on Friday and
Bryson
on what day was that? I think it was like
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh,
Okay,
it was Saturday.
I'm not
sure.
sure.
I was on a golf trip, so it's partly cloudy to me. So. But we got 2 club snaps. But I'm surprised that they're not like, hey man, if you break clubs, like you're out of here. Because think about that's like first responders. You got to come out there and do that. It's like, and how responsible is that? Showing people that snap a club. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it's not cool. I mean, you could have cut your leg, and then who knows who knows what happens after that. Like, I think that's off the course, man. Hey, you know why it's easy for them to break? Because they get them for free. You know why I don't break my clubs? Because I have to buy mine. Let's see. Miura, if you're listening, I'll keep breaking them.
Exactly. Yeah, good little tournament here going into the playoffs. So they got a lot of things riding on this where these guys are playing for points this weekend. They want to be able to get to that $15 million purse coming up at Eastlake. So definitely a lot riding here. And unlike, in years past where you're playing and this tournament doesn't quite mean as much, now you're looking at the FedEx Cup leaderboard saying, okay, well, how many points are they going to gain from this kind of performance this year, and how's that going to help them out in the coming weeks,
So Spieth was here last year because he was struggling and he was trying to stay in the hunt. I don't know that Kepca definitely wasn't here.
Nope, he wasn't there.
Fleetwood wasn't there.
No.
Reed, I don't remember seeing him, and I don't think Paul Casey was there either. I don't
think so either.
I think the only guy out of like the if you want to call it the stars,
Spieth and M.
Yeah.
Spieth, M, and Webb.
Well, yeah, Webb. Yeah.
Spieth,
it's his home. It's
not
a home course. But it's like it's up the street for him.
It's 2 hours. He lives in Charlotte. He lives in Quail Hollow. So it's 2 hours for him. Yeah.
Well, so what do you? I'm so disappointed we're going to this tournament.
I know. I'm gonna try and get over there on Thursday and see if I can poke my head through the fence or something.
Wait! I didn't see any fences.
Oh, good point. That's right. This thing does not have an fence. I'm gonna try anyway.
You're gonna find a fence to poke your head through.
Yeah, why not?
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's. You want to get into this? Or you got some more commentary?
No, I don't think I have any more commentary. It's definitely a very interesting event this year based off of where it's at with the FedEx Cup points in the shortened season. A stronger field than usual, so I'm excited to see that. And I think these guys are going to tear this course up. I went with strokes gained approach and putting as my 2 key indices in terms of picking my lineup. I tried to add a little local flair in there. It was difficult. I really wanted to do HB3, but man, that guy does not like Bermuda greens. I'll tell you that. I had a hard time. I had him in there. I had to pull him out, man. I had him in there. So, but yeah, let's get into it. So what I did was on Fantasy National, I went 24 rounds in this field, and then I went with Bermuda greens. So, and then I sorted from there.
Well, fair enough. I think I did the same thing.
Okay. So if we look at the leaderboard here, or the DraftKings pricing, you've got, no shocker. Well, actually, that is a bit of a shocker.
It is a huge coming off of like a turd week. Yeah. I mean, that dude shit the bed absolutely in every way you could look at it. And that dude is like tanked out, and he's the highest priced guy in the field.
I mean, if I was going to pay that much money for him, it would be who is coming off of 18 at TPC Harding Park with the fastest 40. Not from Balionis. Not who am I going to buy the week after?
I know. Hey, but it just goes to It just goes to show that people are starving for that dude, man.
Yeah. I mean, he was sprinting away from her come Sunday.
Hey, that's probably the fastest 40 he's ever ran in his life.
Exactly. I thought Webb was when I said there's no shocker. I thought it was Webb when I was looking at it earlier. But it's him. Yeah.
Brooks Kepka starts at 11-4, and then if you go down to 10-3, the 11 to $10,000 range, you got Brooks at 11-4, and you got Paul Casey at 10-3. It's like hold on. If you want to include the 99 guy, Justin Rose, but that's 9,000. So, but the top tier guys, the five horsemen, you could call them.
Yeah.
That it's like I don't know how is he. I don't understand how he's like the top tier guy, man. I mean, he doesn't look that like if you look at him on Fantasy National, he does not look that good, dude.
He's probably going to win this week. We're dissing him so much right now. I'm changing my lineup right now, and he's adding in.
I'm not disputing that he's a four-time major winner, and the dude can win golf, win majors. But I mean, it's like now he's kind of, here's what would be funny is how he dogs out all the majors. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, it's just a golf tournament. I only want to win majors. And if he loses the major to this kid, and he comes back and now he wins. I wonder what I bet his PR agent is like, and his head coach, what's his name? Claude Harmon, because it's now also Bubba Watson's head coach. Not his swing coach, his head coach.
And DJ. He's doing stuff with DJ now too.
Oh yeah, but Bubba was very adamant that I do not have a swing coach.
Oh, was he? Okay. Well, good for you, Bubba.
I'm like, it's like, Bubba, wait a minute. Aren't you already enough of a head case? Yeah. Do you need somebody like that chirping in your ear? Maybe. I don't know.
Did you pick anybody in this range from 11-4 to 10-3? So you got Kepca, Simpson, Reed, Fleetwood, Casey, and Rose is 99. Who you got?
I did. I didn't take Kepka. I just can't. I don't know if I'll ever be able to bring myself to do that until he comes on the pod. Mm-hmm. But I took the horse for the course. And everybody else is I did. And everybody else is going to do that too, or the majority. I think he'll be the highest owned player this week. Mm-hmm. And the reason I took it is because I think that's my outright to win. He had a really crappy week last week. I expected that. I mean, the thick air, it was cold, the rough was thick. Everything about it last week I thought was going to be crappy, and it was. Like Rebs, it wasn't good. I mean, he was like way down in the field. I was at 37, 27. But he came. But for the last 5 tournaments, he's +2, and this is including PGA. Mm-hmm. He's +2 in putting. He's +1 in 1/6 approach, and he's +3.4 in strokes gained tee to green. So I'm just saying he's coming to a place that he likes to play, that he wants to play, and he's the guy.
Yeah, I mean, great pick. I'm surprised he wasn't the leader in terms of.
I can't believe he's not.
I mean, so if you look at Webb, I did last 24 rounds on Bermuda, and we talked about approach and putting being the 2 key areas. He's first on approach and second in putting. I mean, how is this guy not? And he's number 1 shots gained total. So how is he not number 1 in the pricing mix? I don't know. Maybe they just did that so that Brooks wouldn't feel so bad. Anyway, I did not take Webb. I do like Webb. I didn't take Brooks either. I do not like Brooks this week. I did not like what I saw last week. And we know how he plays in these tournaments. I think he's coming out to win this week, but I wouldn't be surprised if Thursday doesn't go well that he just kind of just mails it in.
It's not a major, so why would he try to win it?
He needs the points. He needs the points. But if Thursday doesn't go well, he might pull a DJ and all my knee hurts.
Not by his philosophy. If Thursday doesn't go well, he's out of there.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't take Brooks or Webb. I did take Patrick Reed.
Yes.
Yes.
2013. I love you because you took him. I love Patrick.
2013 winner and his first victory. He plays well there, obviously. he on the PGA Tour. He's at $10,700 this week. PGA Tour year for the 2020 season. He is 10th in putting. Last week at the PGA, he was 13th. He had a really good week. You and I talked about that. On our other pod, we talked about the PGA Championship. 13th last week. He shot a 66 on Sunday. So at the WGC FedEx, he was 47th, and he was 10th at Memorial. So he's playing like really well. We were talking about him early on. I think you bet him maybe at Colonial and RBC.
Yeah, he fucked me a couple times.
Yeah, I know. But my point is that he's really picked up, since the break, that rust is off. Over the last 24 rounds on Bermuda, 12th in putting versus this field, 4th in shots gained total. He's won here before, so I know he can play the course. I definitely love Pat Reed this week, and I'm with you, man. If I could take Pat Reed and Webb Simpson, oh my gosh. No.
Well, I'll tell you why I didn't take Pat in a minute. I'll tell you why I didn't take him now. Mm-hmm. Well, there's really no reason, but there's other people that I had to pick. Yeah. Because I couldn't get away from Webb Simpson. But I'm telling you, the only thing that screwed Pat Reed over it's twofold. What Pat Reed did really well that nobody else did last week was he was around the greens, out of the rough. That dude was on fire, and he putted good. And this week, he's not going to have to chip out of that thick rough. And he's still going to have to putt good, which I think he's going to be fine with doing. Pat scared me a little off the tee. And again, and that's just, I went a little more finite than you. I went past 5 rounds.
Okay.
Because I'm more of a what have you done for me lately kind of guy. And I'm like, I want to see what's really happening. And even though Webb did not play well at all last week, and Pat played out of his shoes, Webb just night and day for $1,000 or give or take. I mean, it was like night and day over Pat.
Yeah.
So, and again, I would much rather, Pat, you come on the show, but Webb, you're still invited.
And then obviously, you couldn't take anybody else in this category, but
I could not.
Tommy Fleetwood and Paul Casey. So I'll just give you a little bit of reason why I didn't take them. Fleetwood played really well last week, but I don't think he's played this course before that I've seen.
I haven't seen it either.
And then Paul Casey, same thing. They don't have that familiarity with it. Whereas Pat, being a previous winner, and Webb being a previous, I like them in this category more than I like Fleetwood and Casey. Even though I think both of them are playing really, really well right now. If you look at last 24 rounds on Bermuda with Fleetwood, he does not like the Bermuda. He's 95th in putting, and Paul Casey's 115th in putting in this category. So on approach, 34th and 10th.
Paul Casey's not a good putter anyway.
Yeah, well, sure. But the point being is even on Bermuda, it's just so anyway.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that Paul can't come out and have a light up day.
No.
Or even a light up tournament. I'm not scared of anybody here. Right. I just think that's our best chances.
Yeah.
Or what my best chance. I don't know if I give him my chance yet.
You did. So on approach, last 24 rounds in this field, Paul Casey's 10th. I mean, that guy is, and that's a very key stat there. So I mean, again, if you want to take Paul Casey, if you're out there and you say, hey, I like him, just beware because on approach he's killing it. But this tournament, like Cal said, is going to be a scoring tournament. And you're going to have to drain some putts in order to be on top of the leaderboard. So
Paul Casey is not a birdie machine. He is not at all. And you know who is, though? Is Pat Reed. Guess who's going to win in this tournament? Pat Reed. I didn't pick him because I think Webb's going to be conservative enough to score when he needs to. Pat Reed is going to be he's going to leave Harding Park in San Francisco, and he's going to move east to Greensboro, and that dude is going to be he's going to try and hit targets though. But he is I hope he hits lots of 3-woods, and then he's kind of like short irons in or wedges. because like he can get there from everything, and it should be an eagle and birdie festival for everybody. Yeah. I think that's where, I mean, this thing is going to end. It wouldn't surprise me if this is like 25 or 26 under.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the weather goes. If it starts raining every day, those greens are going to get slower. I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
even better. That's why I went with Webb.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. I stuck away from Rose. I did like the way Rose played last week. I saw a lot of signs of life. I thought he was going to play well last week. It was a great course fit for him. It was not a great course fit for Ancer last week. He did not play well. I did not pick him last week just because of that. But anyway, did you pick any of one of those two guys?
Well, what are we running through here?
We'll go through
the $9,000 range.
Go through 9,000. So
9,000 and up.
Yeah, so you got Justin Rose at 9,900, Ancer at 9,700.
I did actually.
You have Harris English at 9,300, Horschel at 9,100, Spieth at 9,000. So yeah, any of those guys you got?
I do actually.
Got Ancer?
I do have. No, I don't have Ancer. No, I've got Harris English.
I do too.
Oh, of course you do. I think it's a solid pick, man. He's made three. What has he made? 3 cuts in his first 4 starts after the start, and they're all top 20 finishes.
Yeah.
So 3 top 20s. I mean, I think this sets up really nicely for him. He's he's gained 3 in putting, 3 strokes in putting. Almost 2 in approach, and tee to green, he's almost at 3 again. So, yeah, I mean, I can't argue with Harris English. I think he's going to make a cut, and I think he's going to be a birdie machine.
So for the 2020 season, he's 36th on approach, 14th on putting, 19th tee to green. Last couple of starts, like you said. So last week, he was 19th at the PGA Championship, 18th at 3M, 13th at Memorial, and 17th at RBC Heritage. Last 24 rounds on Bermuda, with this field, 13th in putting, 25th in ball striking, 47th on approach, 3rd shots gained total. So I just think this guy's, those stats are just out of the park, man. I could not pass him up. And I was like, well, do I want to spend much money on Harris English? I think I do with those stats. Yes, I did not like some of these other stats. Yeah, go. Yeah.
Well, no, but there's plenty of other guys that I'm looking at. And I mean, I actually had a tough time kind of running through the lineup and picking out who I wanted to get, because I'm like going, well, shit, this is like, I mean, because I think the top tier, I mean, if you look at it, Webb Simpson, is he overpriced? I don't think so. Is Kepca overpriced? I think so.
Yeah.
But like from what we got to choose from, they got to square it up and make it right. But no, I think absolutely, man. I mean, the guy's worth the salt, and it's like, how do you not dig into that thing and get there?
Well, here, look at this. So again, I got this 24 rounds on Bermuda, and the reason I did not take Ancer is he's 92nd in putting. So it's a horrible stat. On approach, he's 12, which is great. But I think you're going to need both of those this week in order to compete. And I just do not trust him on these greens. Then Harris English, as we already did all those stats. Horschel, I liked Horschel a little bit. But then I saw on his approach, he was 84th on approach. I mean, I can't have that.
Yeah, likewise. I did not get close to Horschel.
Yeah.
I wanted to get close to Horschel, and I looked at the same thing you looked at, and I'm like, I can't make that move, man.
Yeah. On Spieth on approach, 103rd, I can't get close to that, man. Those irons are nowhere near hot, Todd was we didn't get down to 8,900. Todd was 80th on approach and 8th in putting. So really good putter, but then again, I mean, you're not greening on the approach, man.
Well, look at their score, but look at their scoring averages. And I really think that people are going to be like, this is, again, I think it's a birdie festival, and people are going to be just, I think that we're going to see even the misses. You can miss a little bit off the rough here. I mean, it is a little tree line. It's Greensboro. We know where it's at. You got a lot of pines on the course and such, but it's not those cypress that we just left. And you're going to be able to move right through it. And it's, if it catches it, knocks it down, and the roughs, you're going to be in the pine straw. You're not going to be in this thick ass. We're in Bermuda out there, I guess. So you're not going to be stuck in that. You can't get it out.
Yeah.
Which is another good reason to play Pat.
Exactly. Who was the next guy you picked on the list? I got all the way down to Brendon Todd at 8,900. I did not pick him, but I did not like him with that approach at 79th in this field.
You better go ahead at 89.
Who'd you pick? You picked who? Brendon Todd?
Harris English.
We just went to Harris English at 9,300.
Yeah, I know. I picked him also.
Well, who's your next guy?
He's less than 8,900.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Who is it?
Oh, Siwoo Kim. Siwoo Kim.
Okay, at 8,600. Okay.
What'd you like about him? Well, there's lots of things. He's won here already.
Yep.
I mean, he's like, I don't know. He either shows up or he doesn't. What do we got? The last 5 tournaments. He's 1 stroke over on putting. He's almost 2 on approach and just over 1.5 on tee to green. I mean, he's made 6 cuts here, and 3 of them have been top 20s. I don't know. I mean, give me somebody better.
Well, that's a good pick. No, he's won here before. He likes the course. I didn't like the putting. What I got here is 132nd in putting. So on approach, he was 87th in this field. So I was staying away, but if you like him, you like him, man.
Wish had our settings set a little different, but
my next guy after Harris English came in. I'm way down there. So do you have anybody else after him that's in the 8s?
Nope.
Okay. Some other guys here.
I bet you got a guy in there at 7,300 though.
I don't have 7,300. No.
Oh, that's good. We got to put a side bet on this one then.
Hold on. So I stuck away from Sanjay. Sanjay just has not shown me anything. We met Sanjay there last year. Great guy. But he didn't play that great there last year. I think he was where's he at? He's finished T6, but I mean there was a ton of guy for T6.
No. You didn't bet your fellow Irishman, hey?
No. Oh no. Shane got me last week.
Oh, you get the curse of the Irish. You get me once, you won't get me twice.
Well, I played Shane last week because I liked him in those conditions of the windy and all that, and it just didn't pay off. Yeah, I would not play him here now.
Look just under Shane there. You'll see my my fellow
who Ches.
Siwoo. No, Siwoo.
Oh, I see Siwoo. So and you got Sergio was in there.
I actually wanted to play Sergio. I really wanted to play him.
Yeah.
But I looked at his putting, but even though he's played well here, I mean, he does well at Donald Ross courses, right? Mm-hmm. And because he's like he's the guy, Sergio, hitting the ball to the tree at TPC Sawgrass, and digging it out, and so, and that's he did win the Masters 2 years ago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before Tiger.
So. Yeah, but before that, I think he's like that's his only. Even TPC is not his major, but
was it before Tiger? Was it before Tiger? I'm not sure. Yeah, they're all blended together.
Yeah,
the Masters.
Oh no. Oh yeah, it was before. It was because Tiger won last year.
Right, but then who was it? Pat Reed.
Pat Reed. Hey, it's like Pat Reed goes down in history of putting the jacket on Tiger.
That's right. That's what I thought.
What I thought. So, but yeah, I wanted to bet Sergio on this one because I like him here because he loves these Donald Ross courses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Another guy that I was really toying with, I wanted to pick, but he was just a little bit too pricey for me because it was Kisner. Kisner on approach, 60th in this field that I got from a 24 round on Bermuda. I liked him, but because he's a Southeast guy, I thought he would play this thing really well, but 60th on approach and then 20th on putting, which is really good, but I just couldn't go with the approach. I didn't like what I saw for the money there. Snedeker plays this thing great, man, but I haven't liked what I've been seeing from him lately.
No way.
Ryan Moore was interesting. I couldn't pull the trigger there.
Had him in a lot of lineups.
You had him in a lot of lineups? Yeah.
Yeah. And I got out of him, and I'm like, I just can't bet on him like that. So.
Well, he's 106th. Ryan Moore, 106th in this field last 24 rounds on Bermuda in putting, and you got Corey Connors is 117th, while Neiman's 127th. All those guys are just horrible putters on this historically. So I couldn't do that. I toyed with Fratelli on approach, 106th in this field. just couldn't do that, man. And you got Polston, who, I mean, obviously played here great last year, but 118th on approach coming in out of the last 24 rounds.
What's the pick? I mean, how can you anchor on that?
Exactly. So my next guy, coming in after that is.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
No, you don't. You have no idea who it is. Who you got? It's Doc Redman.
I know it is. I know it's Doc Redman. Hey, Dad.
So exactly, we met Doc's dad here last year. But so Doc, in this last 24 rounds on Bermuda, putting 23rd, approach 29th. I mean, you can hardly argue with those stats. He's coming in at $7,800 this week, which I think is pretty good considering his history. He's a local kid from Raleigh, so he's an hour and a half away from home. He's played this thing tons of times. On PGA Tour this season, 15th on approach, 121st in putting. Not that great, but we just read the stats from the last 24 rounds. So he was 29th last week at the PGA Championship. He did not play well at the 3M. He played crap there. Memorial didn't play well. So he had some bad things coming in, but I did like the way I saw from him last week at the PGA. Before that, Rocket Mortgage, he was 21st. Travel was 11th, 21st at RBC. We said RBC is a very similar type course. I like Doc here.
I like Doc here too. I just couldn't go with the putting, kind of threw me off, so I had to go a different direction.
Well, that's why I went 24 rounds. 24 rounds, he's 23rd against this field.
Well, no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Yeah.
You got anything else down to 73?
Yeah.
You can go ahead.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money up top.
I'm gonna say my next one here. I am not pronouncing the last name, but it's Christian B. I took Christian B at $7,700.
Oh, Baduzadont.
Yes. I'm just going with Christian B, buddy. I'm not that bold.
Bazuzandont.
PGA Tour this season, 22nd on approach, 9th in putting. Those are the metrics we're looking for this week. He was 80th last week at the PGA, so he did not play well. Not the same kind of course here. But 20th at the WGC FedEx, 22nd at Memorial, 98th at Rocket, 28th at RBC. Again, that similar type of course. Last 24 rounds on Bermuda, 10th in putting, 18 shots gained total, 28th approach. So those are the type of things we're trying to see here. That's why I liked him. Now, I had originally, right there, I had HV3 there. And I said, dude, I really want to pick HV3. He's a local guy. He's a pirate. And I had to pull him out. I said, that putting, I cannot go with that putting. It's just not looking good, man.
So let me say this in a selfish way. I hope he doesn't prove us wrong because I did the same thing. But in a non-selfish way, I hope he wins the fucking tournament.
I do too. I hope he wins the tournament. Yeah.
So Boozendonk, I think I read a story, and I don't know if it was in print or online. But anyway, I think he said that he has spent every single dollar he's earned on the tour, before he even got it.
That sounds like you.
It's just fake money anyway.
Nice. All right. Oh no. You there?
Hold on. You went Redmond. You went Redmond. Redmond, right? Redmond?
Yeah. I went Redmond, and then I went Christian B. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boozendont.
Yeah.
Boozendont's probably the listing. He probably just cut us off.
Yep.
All right. Do you have anybody else?
I got 7,600 too.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can keep going.
Okay.
Well, I picked Webb Simpson, so I can't go. I picked Webb Simpson.
I know. I did some lineups with Webb Simpson earlier today too, and then I said, "Well, I can't do this. He's taking all my money. So I went next. I went Tom Lewis.
Ooh, nice one.
Yeah. So Tom Lewis. Let's see. He's $7,600 this week. PGA Tour this season, 59th on putting, 114th on approach. Not great, but I do like the way he's been playing recently. He shot a 67 on Thursday at the PGA, had a terrible Friday with a 76, so he missed the cut. But, I mean, I like that Thursday round. He was second at the WGC FedEx. He shot a 61 in the third round. At the third 3M Open, he was 32nd and 12th at Rocket. So last 24 rounds versus field on Bermuda, he was 71st in putting, 20th on approach, 44th in ball striking. I like what I'm just seeing with him lately, man. He's been climbing that leaderboard, and that game is looking pretty good. I thought I should take a gamble on him here. I liked him here versus what else I had available.
Well, that's one way to put it.
There you go.
Really? That's where you went? So you think he's going to be able to pull this? And you think he's going to make a cut?
Yeah. I mean, he might shoot at 59.
Well, he could, I suppose.
I just told you last week he shot a 67. Yeah, at WGC FedEx, which was a couple of weeks ago, he shot a 61.
Well, you may have more people. Yeah, I don't know. What's your next count?
More people. 6,900. So you go.
Oh, 69. Oh, I'll get to go next. So I picked my guy, Henrik Norlander.
Oh.
And he always over delivers, always. And the reason that let me tell you who I started my lineup with this week. I started it with Henrik Norlander. So I hope he doesn't disappoint. And that led me to where I was going to get. So I picked up to was I going to be able to get to Webb Simpson or not. Mm-hmm. So I actually wanted to do my lineup a little different. And I wanted to start with who I picked my lineup with and then see how I got to my guy. So I may do that on the next call or on the next pod. But maybe I won't. I mean, you may not.
That's fine. You can do what you want. Yeah.
Where's he at? So I've got it. You may have pulled it up differently, but I've got him 3 strokes gained putting. I've got him almost 2 strokes gained on approach and almost 3 strokes gained on tee to green, which is where I think this is going to sit at.
Yeah.
And he's made 3 of 4 cuts he's made 3 of 4 cuts, and they've all been top 20s since the restart.
He's been playing well. Yeah.
How could I go wrong with that, man?
Well, we talked about him plenty, coming in. I think we started playing Norlander, I think maybe at RBC. Right around then, we started playing him.
RBC. Sure.
And then we kept riding him, man, and he kept delivering. And he played great. I think it was at Jack's place. He played really good up there, too. And he was on TV, wasn't he? Was that what he was on TV? Yeah. And we got the chance to see him, more than we usually do. Yeah.
He finished 6th at the Memorial.
Yeah.
And, but he barely made the cut. And I think he was like 1 under the cut. And then he came in and he just smoked it on, through the weekend. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, I can't get rid of Norlander yet, man. He's my guy.
You can't. Hey, you know what? I don't blame you. I didn't choose Norlander this week because I didn't like the stats. But then again, the stats are the stats, right? I mean, we've been playing him and he's been playing great. So
the stats are wrong against Norlander every time.
I know. I'm with you. So some notable guys, because obviously we're trying to give people some advice in terms of stats that they can use to pick. Why would you want to pick this guy versus that guy? So Sabatini, I did not like the putting. He was 100. Again, I chose 24 rounds on Bermuda. He was 105th versus the field. I didn't like that. I didn't like Charles Howell. He was 122nd on approach. Some other guys.
That may come back to bite us.
It might, but I mean, that the approach is just horrible versus the field, And I mean, the putting is good. 46 is good. But just that approach, really, I was like, oh, man, you got to be better than that. And that might come back and bite us, right? I toyed with Lanto Griffin for a while, but I couldn't pull the trigger. I mean, I like the stats. I just don't like the history. And I don't remember what it was about the history I don't like. Let me open this up real quick and tell you. Did you look at him hard this week?
Lando?
Yeah.
No, I liked him there just about from where he was in the tournament. Yeah, I liked him. But again, you got to get back to the history, right? It's like if he's got some, but I don't know, he's got like a few top 10s there. And
yeah, so he's 19th at the PGA, 44th at the Memorial. Both great finishes for him. But then he missed the cut at Workday, and then he missed the cut at RBC, which again, very similar course. That just it scared me away,
That may have been the reason I didn't do it either.
Yeah. Yeah, so Norlander's a good pick, man. Some other guys down here. My next pick is at $6,900. You got anybody before that?
Nope.
Okay. I picked Pat Perez at $6,900, and the reason I did that,
I know why.
I picked him. Well, I know. I love Eastbound and Down. But
what'd you hurt by picking him?
Hurt my nose. But Pat's a character, man. But he's been playing good since the comeback. So 2020 season, he's 48th putting on tour. He's 57th on approach. The two key elements I've been looking at this week. But if you look at his last couple of rounds, the opposite field event, he was 18th at Barracuda, 23rd at 3M, 39th at Workday, and 45th at Rocket. And then if you look at this field, 24 rounds on Bermuda, he's 31st in putting and 44th on approach. I like the way he fits in here for $6,900. I was like, you know what? The history is really good with him, and I think he's just been playing really good, man. He's got something going. He's got that mojo. He's got the momentum, and yeah, I played him before, and he worked for him before, and he's making a lot of cuts too, which is really good.
He is making a lot of cuts. I agree with that. Well, I don't know. I mean, but the air is going to be so much thicker in Greensboro.
It's true. It's going
to be weighted out. You think he's showing up with a haircut?
Yeah, you might have to shave that head. It's true. It could be a mess.
I got two more people. No, you read two off in front of me. I've got two more people left.
You got a couple of guys. I know you do.
Oh, yeah, I got a couple. Yeah. So I had to dig deep, man, because I wanted to go with. But Pat, shout out.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go. I can't believe you didn't pick Norlander. So I'm so surprised by that.
Well, I couldn't have you love my lineup more. I mean, if I pick Pat Reed and Norlander,
I know, I'd be so knee deep in it. All right, so I picked Taylor Gooch at.
I was looking at him hard.
$6,900. Now there's a lot of misses here, but there's also a lot of good reasons why. So before I tell you that, so the bad reasons are, so in two of his last five starts, he's made two cuts of his last five starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the two ended in top 20s. Mm-hmm. So I think last week he got covered up in the rough, and he's not going to need to do that this week. But from strokes gained, and I think you and I pulled two different things from Fantasy National. Yeah. But I pulled last five tournaments, and I've got 1.5 points strokes gained on putting. I've got 1.5 strokes or 1.8 strokes gained on approach, and I've got almost a stroke gained on tee to green. But I mean, I feel like this sets up for him really nicely. So he's not gonna. There's gonna be rough, but it's not gonna be rough like they dealt with last week. And all we need is I need him to make the cut, and if he can get off the tee. I mean, I think that's where he's struggling at the most, and this is not going to be the kind of course that he was approaching last week.
Yep. I looked hard at it. I just did one more tournament than you did. I did 24 rounds. So, yeah. But I liked, and in that I saw him at 50th in putting and 37th on approach, and I said, I really liked this. It scared me was the missed cuts, but I think he's a really good pick here. I really do think it's going to be good. I do like it.
Yeah, but the cuts that he missed were like, this was when we just came back, and it's like knee deep in, and right now all I need is a cut maker.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. So you got one more?
I do have one more, yeah. Fortunately, I have one more. So Bryce Garnett at 6,700 yards. So Garnett's he just moved to the top 25 with a T6 at the 3M Open. And he did not play the Barracuda. 36-year-old dude. He's got a playoff position, and that's why, because he's he did last tournament. He's in the top 20. No, excuse me. His several last tournaments at Wyndham have been in the top 20, and he's had a T6 last season. So I think that that's where I had to go because I'm looking for somebody that plays well at Sedgefield, and I had no choice. I had lots of choices. I thought this was my best choice. I think Garnett's going to do well.
It's good choice there, a good choice. Some other guys down in that price range that I was looking at, and then I didn't have to take anybody down that low. I didn't choose Webb Simpson.
We didn't take that.
Yeah. So, but you got Kyle Stanley at $6,800. Last 24 rounds on Bermuda, 51st on in putting and 26th on approach. Those are both really good numbers. I like Kyle Stanley. Scott Piercy, 47th in putting, 35th on approach, and then 9th off the tee. So Scott Piercy is looking pretty good there too.
You know who I like down there is Nick Watney.
Nick Watney.
I went with Bryce Garnett because I think he's got the most upside at total strokes gained at almost 2, and tee to green 2.5. His putting is just off in his last 5, but just off. So if he can stay flat, I think I'm good there. But Nick Watney's hunting for a playoff spot. So I do like Nick Watney there, like, a lot.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, at $6,400, really good pick for Nick Watney. If you have to get that low, definitely something you want to look at. Some notables down here. Let's see. So again, HV3 is a local guy, and then not this different one. Chesson Hadley's also a local guy, so we'll see if he can.
I looked at Chesson. I couldn't afford him because with the Webb pick, and I think if you don't have Webb in your lineup, I think you got to get real creative in who you're picking. Obviously, you have to get real creative all the time, but like that, I mean, I think that's it's a tough tournament, man. When you have to go, I mean, do you go studs and duds, or you go, it's kind of the journeymen out there that are going to just level set. So.
I was surprised to see Mark Hubbard as cheap as he was at $6,700. He's been playing pretty well. I think he did well at either Rocket or Travelers. He did pretty good.
Yeah, so. And wouldn't surprise me to see him play well. There's several guys that are kind of down here floating low that I'm like, I don't know why. I mean, I saw Jason Duffner at 65, and I mean, he putts like I do, so I understand why. Ryan Stewart, I was a little kind of, I mean, around the green. So I guess that was his stat that didn't really matter because I think around the green's not going to make a difference. Like you got to hit fairways and greens and then make a putt. Yeah. Like this is going to be a birdie festival. So I
got a question for you.
Oh yeah, when you're ready.
Can Harry Higgs turn around this week?
Can he turn what? I thought he was. I don't know if I can say that, but I'm definitely going to go there. I felt like Harry Higgs has been bullied by Kepka, and he's been waiting on him to show up to Sedgefield. And he's like, I want my locker right beside him. You know how Ian Poulter ripped off that big fart? Yes. Where were they at? They were at the Memorial, I guess, right? Or the whatever the Memorial pre-tournament was.
Oh, Workday.
The Workday. He was the Workday tournament when Ian ripped that big fart off on who was it? Chambly or Chase? I feel like Harry Higgs is requested. I want my locker to be beside Kepka's, and if it's not, I'll just go beat the guy up beside of him and take it, and I'm just going to sit over there and rip farts all day long. So I have no idea.
I like Harry Higgs. I think he's got a good personality. Man, he has been playing really bad lately. I hope he can come back because, my gosh, the play has been really bad.
It's sounding good.
So, yeah, anyway. Okay, who you got as an outright?
I'm taking my man.
You're done, right? You're
done with all your picks? Taking my guy, man. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm taking the horse. Taking the horse.
He's right there. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, he got dusted last week for a reason, right? I mean, that was not his course, man. I mean, they're like for Webb Simpson to have played extremely well out there and been a top 10. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Webb too. Of course, I'll pick my guy because I'm not gonna pick your guy.
Who you going, P. Reed?
No, P. Reed. Oh,
picking my guy. Oh, so you're picking my guy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So there you go. Hey, it's gonna be fun. It'll be fun. Hopefully, I'll try to get out there. And hopefully the weather cooperates. But hey, we got another. It's an East Coaster here, and then we're up to Boston the week after. So
Boston.
So what do we got coming up on the pod this week, Cal?
What do we got? So we got a review of Toccoa Farms with Ed Carlisle coming up this week. So yeah, fantastic golf course. If you're ever heading up to Blue Ridge, Georgia, you should absolutely check it out. It couldn't be better. It's you got a links course and a mountain course on 2 nines, so 18 holes total. It's fantastic. Gave cabin rentals and such, and then. We got Mickey Pinstripes from the Bourbon and Rye Club coming on.
Nice.
We watched Sunday Night Fights last night, I guess, or the other night. Maybe not last night, but the other night. And had a little Pikesville Rye from Heaven Hill and Rare Breed Rye from Wild Turkey Distilleries. So, and they've yet to post. I don't know if they're holding this or if they're going to release it on Tuesday night, but they haven't released who. I mean, I'm sure they told it on their live Instagram show, but they haven't released it yet on their Instagram pages. So they may be holding this for us.
Oh,
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, hey, I did just flip over to the sportsbook page for Fantasy National.
Oh, is Bryce Kepca giving an interview?
You know what's so funny? You know what's funny is Brooks Kepka is the most expensive person on DraftKings this week. We talked about that. But Webb Simpson is the highest in terms of the odds. So Webb Simpson's 10-1. Kepka's 11-1. So, okay, a little strange there, right?
Marketing.
I don't like any of these. I picked Pat Reason at my outright, but I'm not putting money on. He's 14-1. I'm not putting money on that. I do like maybe like an Ancer at 25-1 or Sergio at 40-1.
If Sergio can get the putter turned around, I like Sergio.
Brendon Todd 40-1.
Yeah, he had too much. He's had too much heartburn over the past few weeks.
Weak field.
Hold on. Do you think? Hey, when Brooks sees you, he'll talk to you about a weak field.
Oh, he's gonna hit me.
Hey, he'll hit you with that 37-mile-an-hour fastball.
He might spit on me.
Not during COVID. Keep your mask on.
Gosh. Ches Reavie 55-1.
I actually looked at Ches. I don't think so. No, the money's just there's no return. You know where I would go is where's Snedeker at? Where's Snedeker?
50-1.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'd put some money down on Snedeker. I mean, why not?
I would too.
I mean, $10 on Snedeker, even $100 on Snedeker. I mean, that's a good return. And
51's really good, yeah. So.
Who's to say? I mean, he's won it twice. So
exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
hey, maybe we will finally have a three-peat, Brooks.
Ooh. We just need a three-peat major.
All right, so tomorrow we'll come back with Mickey and Ed.
Toccoa Farms golf links. Yeah, with Ed Carlisle.
And hopefully my internet will be better tomorrow. It won't be choppy. It's actually better now. I think all my neighbors are off the internet or something, I guess. So.
Do we have a classified ads on this thing yet? Like posted, looking for new co-host with no IT skills and a horrible internet connection.
Exactly. Sold. All right, bud.
I'll take you, sir.
All right, buddy. Cheers.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. And like or don't like, and feel free to leave comments. Did you see those comments about the guy that said somebody was brash, but they also played a round of golf with someone else?
Well, they gave us 5 stars. I did see that. Yes.
So it must have been a good one.
It was a good review. Yes. He said he enjoyed your brashness. Yes.
Hey guys, thanks for listening, and looking forward to another week of exciting golf and Brooks Kepka putting his foot or both feet in his mouth once again. Cheers.
Cheers.